The Rambling Geordie.
Alright everyone, welcome back. Buckle in guys, because the Jason Arday saga has just delivered the most perfect ending imaginable. So Cambridge's youngest black professor, the man who couldn't speak till he was 11, couldn't read till he was 18, ran 600 miles in 6 days and somehow still found time to half-inch someone else's PhD, has resigned with immediate effect. Now before we get to the resignation, I want to talk about how this absolute circus reached peak British farce. A few days ago we found out that Jason Arday got the actual Met Police to investigate a journalist. Jack Grove from Times Higher Education did what journalists are supposed to do. He emailed Arday a load of perfectly reasonable questions about the dozens of passages in his thesis that looked suspiciously like they were lifted from a 2009 Brunel PhD. No threats, no abuse, just questions. So what does Arday do? Well, he gets the expensive lawyers at Carter Ruck involved, dropped the "this may be racially motivated" card, and complains to Scotland Yard that he's been harassed. The Met, the same force that can't find a stolen bike in Peckham, spent 4 months investigating this reporter. 4 months. Then they ring him up and say, "Right mate, no crime found, but stop contacting him. It's affecting his mental health." Honest, you could not make this up. And of course the defenders piled in. Professor Kehinde Andrews, Britain's first black studies professor, called the whole thing a smear campaign that was as predictable as it is baseless. He told everyone to ignore the haters and pre-order Arday's autobiography instead. In a podcast just this morning, he was still explaining why Arday is the victim of a racist witch hunt. Now mind you, Kehinde Andrews is the same man who claimed the British Empire was far worse than the Nazis because it lasted longer and killed more people. Argued that the RAF bombing of Nazi Germany was a war crime, and he called Queen Elizabeth II the #1 symbol of white supremacy in the entire world.
Right.
Clearly, a very balanced and very sane individual who has some very cogent takes. Fuck me. When the evidence of plagiarism, fantasy marathons and disappearing charity millions start piling up, just scream racism louder and hope nobody notices the actual words on the page. Then, after it's all happened tonight, it all collapsed, didn't it? Cambridge finally announced that they were going to launch a new investigation into his academic qualifications and honorary appointments. Hours later, Arday resigned. He posted a long, emotional statement through the Good Law Project. "Profound sadness, personal cost too great, time to heal, I will return stronger." Fucking classic. And here's the cherry on the absolute shit cake. People are already running that resignation letter through AI detectors. And guess what? It's coming back as fully AI generated. High confidence. The man accused of plagiarism and inventing half his life story couldn't even write his own "I'm leaving" letter without ChatGPT holding his hand. Fuck me. And these people wonder why they get scrutinised? Anyway, let's run through his greatest hits one final time, shall we? PhD stuffed with near-identical passages from someone else's thesis. Papers using other people's interview quotes as his own data. 30 marathons in 35 days, 9 of them with a broken leg. 600 miles in 6 days. 5.5 million raised for charity that somehow vanished under non-disclosure agreements. Getting the police to protect him from questions. And finally, an AI-written resignation letter. This is DEI in its purest, most brain-dead form. Hire the story, defend the story at all costs, and police anyone who questions the story. And when the story finally collapses under its own weight, get the algorithm to write the goodbye note. Jason Arday doesn't just fall, he face planted in the most on-brand way possible. This is what DEI does for you. Absolutely fuck all. Thanks for listening, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.
Don't be daft, man.